So today we'll be getting into some stories with Mandy Rose, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Jeff Hardy, and more. Let's start things off with this whole situation between Alexa Bliss and Mandy Rose. How did that get started? Well, it got started after WWE posted the latest teaser from Eva Marie, where Eva referred to herself as a super role model. Bayley quoted the tweet from WWE about Eva Marie's quote and said, "This is why I hate you idiots." Eva Marie also posted a tweet with the hashtag of super role model, and Bayley also responded to that tweet and said, or super dumb. So why is Bayley reacting like this? Well, Bayley is reacting like this because Bayley has been calling herself WWE's biggest role model since the beginning of last year. Bayley has had her merchandise with that name and everything else. Even when Sasha and Bayley won all the gold last year, they were called the Golden Role Models. So all the variations of role model nickname belong to Bayley. Now, Eva Marie is coming back, and WWE seems to have given her this nickname of super role model. So that's why Bayley is calling WWE idiots as well. Likely because they gave away her nickname to Eva Marie. But the drama didn't stop there. Mandy Rose jumped in on the conversation and called out Alexa Bliss for stealing the goddess nickname from her as well. Mandy had this to say on Twitter. Do they just think by adding super in front of it is what makes it different? Just like when they made someone a goddess, when a golden goddess already existed. Shaking my head. Eva Marie even responded to Mandy and Bayley, said that the WWE universe deserves an upgrade. Alexa Bliss was, of course, the individual that Mandy Rose was talking about without mentioning her name. But Alexa still saw the tweet and responded to Mandy by saying this. "I'm gonna spare you for this one, Mandy Rose. Throw your own pity party." So this opened up a massive argument and discussion amongst the fans about who was the original goddess in WWE. Mandy Rose was nicknamed the Golden Goddess towards the start of her NXT run in 2015-2016. Alexa started to be called the Goddess shortly after she arrived on Raw around 2017-2018. But then, some fans brought up the fact that Ember Moon had the Goddess nickname for her entire career. So it just turned into this big mess of all the fans talking about who the original one was. So, Eva Marie stealing the role model name from Bayley caused all of this discussion with the Goddess nickname to happen. But we'll see if WWE actually uses any of this social media discussion amongst the superstars and uses it for future storylines, because they tend to do that from time to time as well. So we'll see if this ever comes in handy for Eva versus Bayley or Mandy versus Alexa down the line. So let's briefly talk about Jeff Hardy again. We talked about Jeff Hardy a few weeks ago when he went trending for fans just recalling the amazing career that he has had over the last few decades. Jeff hasn't been seen in months, but with everyone talking about him again, fans wondered if that would be enough for WWE to use him again. And that prediction was correct. Jeff Hardy appeared on Raw this week for the first time in months, but not in the fashion that everyone expected. Jeff Hardy came out basically as an enhancement talent for the returning of Jinder Mahal. It's great to have Jinder Mahal back as well, no doubt about that, but fans questioned WWE's logic here. Obviously, the idea they were going for was that Jinder Mahal defeated the legendary Jeff Hardy on Raw, and that would be a big deal for his return. But like a lot of fans pointed out, beating Jeff Hardy still feels like an empty win. It's not impressive because of how Jeff was being treated lately. He hasn't been seen in months, and his last singles win was back in January. So what are you really accomplishing by pinning Jeff Hardy? If Jeff was consistently on Raw, if he had a lot of momentum and wins under his belt in recent weeks, then Jinder Mahal defeating him would be a completely different story. That would be an actual impressive win for Jinder. But Jinder beating Jeff Hardy, who hasn't been seen in months and hasn't won a match in months, did feel a bit flat. Obviously, everyone knows that younger talent is always going to be the priority over the older talent. The older talent is already established. You have to continue to build up the new talent. But fans were just a bit disheartened to see what Jeff Hardy had turned out to be on Raw. Rumors and questions of this being a possible punishment or sign that his contract is expiring soon also started to pop up. But new reports claim that Jeff Hardy has 2 years left on his deal. Remember that Jeff had a big knee injury a few years ago, and his contract during that time was reportedly frozen due to his injury. So that played a factor back then as well. Fans have also brought up the idea that maybe they're waiting for the fans to return to truly put Jeff Hardy back on track. Jeff Hardy is excited for the fans to return and has even promised to bring back his No More Words theme song as soon as he's in front of a live crowd again. So we'll have to see if Jeff Hardy's usage improves over the next few months. They were using him in a great fashion last year. They have those video packages building to his return, the bar fight with Sheamus, car accident situation with Elias, and so much more. So we'll see if Jeff Hardy can get back involved in some storyline the same way he was in 2020. It seems like a fake Vince McMahon story was canceled for the throwback edition of Smackdown. The story comes from Pat McAfee himself. Pat had this to say on the cancellation plans during his show. On Friday, to commit to a bit of being Vince McMahon on Smackdown Throwback, I was bullied into shaving my face. Michael Cole was one of the leaders of that bullying. I thought it was be a star. Michael Cole goes, "You should commit and shave your face." Cole had an awesome look as well, which didn't make it to air. He had the frosted tips and he committed to 1999 Michael Cole. We had the wig, which was too small for my head, and it felt like my forehead was in a rear naked choke. We had the suit, the tie, I wore dress shoes for the first time. A lot of people in WWE were like, "This is awesome. We'll remember this and you doing it for the character in the bit." I shaved, it looked terrible. I got makeup on, we shot a bunch of stuff. I did an entire Vince McMahon thing. Immediately following, literally, as soon as I walked off screen, Foxy gets a text from someone that works at WWE saying, "Hang tight." I go, "Oh, Vince is coming?" No, that's not the case. They come out and everything has been canceled. I walked back into the building and everyone who was motivating me to shave my face, they heard about what happened and were like, "Sorry, so sorry. It'll grow back." 4 days, nothing. I was watching film. I didn't think I did enough research before Friday. But once I got to Friday, it hit me. I'm Vince McMahon on Vince's show in front of Vince. Vince doesn't like that type of stuff. He doesn't like acknowledgement or to be thanked by people or mentioned by people. I was excited. I thought there was a chance we'd do something magical, and all of a sudden, it's over. Pat also revealed that they even had cameramen following him all day for his transformation into becoming Vince McMahon. So yeah, maybe that entire last-second cancellation experience was new to Pat, but it's definitely not new to the superstars and fans. We're numb and used to these things getting changed or canceled at the last second. It's basically a tradition for all WWE shows. So no surprise that they had something exciting building up, and then it completely got canceled. We've seen that happen time and time again, so we all know that feeling. But what they were doing with Pat does sound like it would have been interesting. He literally would have been Vince McMahon for the night. Obviously, footage of all that was recorded. Pat hinted at the fact that they filmed a lot of things for his portrayal of Vince McMahon. So we just have to wait and see if any of that footage ever gets released down the line. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.